Hello, I'm just getting ready to go out for the day and I thought I would show you some of the Charlotte Tilbury Christmas collection, which is just lovely. I'm going to use this palette, which is all your face, eyes, cheeks, everything in one, but I'm going to show you some of the other Christmas bits as I go because they're all really lovely. So I'm just going to start with my CC cream. Shock. Big surprise there, I would imagine. No, all jokes aside, I actually just wear this all the time because I've not found anything as good for me. I love that it's nice and full coverage but still nice and dewy. I'm wearing the illuminating one a lot at the moment, which has kind of got a pearliness to it as well. So it photographs really well and it looks really just extra luminous. Also, I mean, I need to just address the state of the tan on my hands, but just give me a break. We've all been there. It's just not worked out very well last night, has it? I was watching I'm a Celebrity at the same time as doing it, and that is always my priority. So, which, by the way, if anyone did watch that last night, I thought Nadine did very well in her trial. But anyway, I'm going off piste here. Right, I'm rubbing this in. Just patting it where I need a bit more coverage. And going in circular motions everywhere else. Now, I'm going to take the magical mini brush set, which is lovely actually. It's smaller versions of some of her hero brushes. So you've got a little powder brush, little blending brush, little smudger brush, tiny little like liner, things like that brush. I'm just going to do a bit of setting powder, especially around the T-zone. But I am actually going to set kind of all over, to be honest, because I have got quite a long day today and I don't want anything to move. If you haven't had any of Charlotte's brushes before, what I would say is that they're really good because they're all quite delicate in size and they just put the makeup where you need it to go. Sometimes, like if you take an absolutely huge brush with a blusher or something, you can end up with quite a lot of product on that you weren't quite expecting. So I really like that. I'm just going to take a bit of Anastasia Brow Wiz while I'm here through my eyebrows. So the other day, I figured out how to do a video that was more than 10 minutes long. Absolutely delighted with myself. And I finally put it up and it went up sideways. So, you know what, forget it. I think I'll just stick to my original plan, which is panic my way through 10 minutes and hope I get all my makeup on time. How does that sound? But actually, the truth is, a lot of the time we don't have more than 10 minutes. If you use the right stuff that's nice and reliable, you can get your face on in 10. No bother at all. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. Filmstar Bronze and Glow has had a little Christmas makeover with the tiny brush to go with it. That is one of the best brushes of Charlotte's, the powder and sculpt brush. Very good for, if you haven't seen this, by the way, it's her iconic kind of bronzer and highlighter shade. I'm going to go in with the bronzer. It's very good for if you want to, I'm not a fan of contouring as such, but if you want to just put your bronzer in a place where it will add a bit of sculpt to your face, then this is the one. I've blatantly just said I've just contoured my face. I don't mean that, but it's very good for, as I said earlier, if there's pockets of places that you want to add a bit of definition to, or if you're like me and you've got a bit more of a round face and you want to take your bronzer where the sun is going to have naturally hit and leave some areas of light and dark to just give a little bit of chisel, then you'll really like this. Also, because it's so tapered, just going to blot that out. If you go overboard anywhere, by the way, just always go back in with the remnants of your foundation brush and it'll buff it away. Because it's so tapered, it's very good for like getting your setting powder under there and things like that. Okay, I've got my bronzer on. I'm going to take the highlight along the cheekbones. This comes in 2 shades, by the way. So if you've got a deeper complexion than me, there is a warmer step up of this that has more of a golden highlight and a richer bronze element. So do have a look for that too. Okay. Now 5 minutes. Not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna take my little blending brush and go in with, in fact, I'm gonna start with some of the face bronze just to add. I always do this with bronzer, just to put a little template in for myself before I go in with the actual big guns shadows, because the bronzer's softer. So if I get this wrong, I've got a bit of play time before I've gone in with the actual deepness of the matte shade. So this is going on. That's actually lovely as a little standalone shadow, isn't it? Okay. I've gone through the socket there. I'm now actually gonna take the smudger brush and go in with the brighten shade all over the lids. How am I doing for time? I've got 3 minutes. We'll get it on. The lovely thing I would say about Charlotte's, any of her eyeshadows, they're really creamy and rich and pigmented. They go on so well. When the counter first launched, I was working in Selfridges, and I got into the habit of, like, if I was going out after work, I'd go over to the girls, and then what you do at Charlotte Tilbury is, like, you pay a redeemable fee. I'm going in with smoke, by the way. You pay a redeemable fee, and then they'll do your makeup and you redeem the price on some products. So I got myself into the habit of going over before a night out and then picking up all the bits. I'm buffing off the excess and using this brush to buff out that smoke shade. So I've got loads of the palettes, is the point I'm absolutely rambling on to make. And they don't run out for absolutely ages. You can use them to the bitter end. And they just, look how easily that's blending out. So I would highly, highly recommend, even for, like, if you're not sure what to get a friend for Christmas or something, you can't really go wrong. I'm going to use a tiny bit of the Enhance. It's like a soft bronzy brown. I love a shade like that. I'm just going to take a tiny bit of that in the corners to give a bit of, not a liner, but a tiny liner finish. If I had a few more minutes on this, I could really make it absolutely fab. But obviously I don't understand the technology of Instagram, and so I'm limited to my 10 minutes. Either that or I'm having to turn it on its side, which I've got no patience to do. Okay, I'm gonna take the cheek pop on that little brush, pat off the excess, and just put this where my smile would go. Where my smile does go, it's not like I'm putting it on. Okay, lovely. A little bit of cheek swish. Just buff that all over. It's quite bright in here today, but I can see that better in the mirror behind me, and it's lovely. Just going in with a bit of Superhero Mascara. Now, I've only got a few seconds left, so I'm going to start saying bye to you. I'm going to do some more videos to show you that Christmas collection and a few people's nice bits. I know I've only done it on the top, but I want to show you as well Princess Kiss Lippy. And there we have it. Okay, I'll speak to you soon.